Well, as Ted has been telling us, we've been seeing a lot of rain this past week, and while we have flood control channels and basins right here in southern Nevada, there are some important things to keep in mind. And joining us from the Clark County Regional Flood Control District, the sponsors of today's segment is Michelle French. Michelle, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So this is a really important thing to talk about in our community. Tell me a little bit about these channels and basins that are built to help protect us.
Absolutely. We have the Regional Flood Control District has built 677 miles of storm facilities. That includes storm channels and storm drains, as well as 104 detention basins throughout Clark County.
Wow, that sounds like a lot. Is that a lot?
It is a lot, and it does a great job to protect our community from the dangers of flash flooding.
But, you know, we still see those videos of people taking their cars out in areas they shouldn't be, or driving when there are those severe flash flood warnings out there. What are some tips and things that we should keep in mind before getting in our car and trying to drive through it all?
Absolutely. For water, when we have a flash flood, if there's moving water, it takes only 6 inches to sweep a person off their feet.
Wow.
12 inches for a car to be floated, and then 18 inches for a large SUV. But even going through water, even if you think it's deep, it's not very deep, it could be deep and you could stall out your vehicle.
Yeah, because sometimes it's hard to know when you're just looking at the ground of how high it is. What if you find yourself in a difficult situation like that? Do you have any advice for those drivers?
If your vehicle does get stalled in deep water, the best thing for you to do is get outside of your vehicle and onto the roof, then call 911.
It's a very severe and scary situation to be in. And is there anything else that you think it's important for the public to know that you guys are doing on your end to ensure our safety, but that we should be aware of?
Absolutely. We're really diligent about reminding our community about the dangers of flash flooding, but most people, maybe those who've lived here for a while, have forgotten about the risk. One, and then we have a lot of new residents who are living here now and may not understand that we do get flash flooding. And hopefully with these last few days, they're starting to see a little bit more rain, a little bit more water flowing through the storm channels, and they're becoming aware of it. And the last group of people who are on our radar as well are new drivers who may not realize that there is a risk of driving into flooded waters.
Yeah, if you're not aware of the conditions, especially in our city, I think it's a little unique if people are coming from elsewhere. And just really quickly, I want to talk about every facility is designed to handle a 100-year storm. What does that mean?
So any day, if it starts raining, we have a risk of having a 100-year flood. You hear that term thrown around quite a bit, and basically it means that there's a 1% chance any day of having a large flood. So if we had 2 years ago, we had a 100-year flood, that doesn't mean we won't have one for 98 years. Wow. It could happen today, it could happen tomorrow. So we really want to encourage the community to be vigilant about floodwaters. They can go to our website, regionalflood.org, to see rainfall in their community. We have over 222 rain gauges around Clark County, so we can really accurately predict how much rain is happening in the community itself.
Well, Michelle, thank you so much for breaking this all down. This is really important information, important to keep in mind, especially during monsoon season. So thank you for being here, and all of the information is on your screen. Thank you to the Regional Flood Control District for sponsoring this segment. For more information, visit regionalflood.com. Las Vegas Now. We'll be right back.